Well, everything I make ain't that great, but you guys rule with a house and a pool, with a house and a pool, with a house and a pool.
What up, design champions? Welcome to You Guys Rule. As always, thank you so much for sending in your submissions. Please keep sending them to zimridesigner@gmail.com. It's super easy. You can just attach the image or link to the specific portfolio item you would like me to include in the next episode of You Guys Rule in a House with a Pool. Okay, let's hop into this. I've selected a few choice 4 or 5 designs that we're going to go over today. All right, first one comes from Akshar Dave. He's created a Facebook cover art. Very cool. I love your use of colors. I like the blue, the orange, the green. It's nice, and it's offset by a white and light gray background. Very good indeed. Okay, so I've put one on the bottom, and these are maybe just 1 or 2 changes that I would make. Not very much, but since your blue and your orange are so strong, and then you put them on a white background, it's very pop bang. You know, the contrast is high, so it creates a pop bang. So what we need to do is when you add in the gray behind here, it interrupts. It adds another step between the white and the blue, so it's not as poppy. So what I would do is just select the gray in the background and turn it white. Okay, we got rid of the gray in the background, and hopefully you can see that this is just a little bit more contrasty with the background. We have more of a pop bang than the top one. Now what I would do is I would just move this section a little bit higher, just to give you space between the bottom of your text and the computer screen. Maybe something like that. Okay, Akshar, this was already a pretty great design, so I didn't want to do too much to it. And everything I did with like the shadow below the computer and moving these elements and the color of the mouse pad, those aren't very important at all. The one thing I think you should take away from this is just the gray background behind the text. It'll be more poppy and oomphy if you just have the blue and the orange up against a white background. That'll bring it home just a little bit more and make it a little bit stronger. Okay, cool. Thank you so much again for sending this in. Great project. I love this little plant as well. So good job. Okay, next up we have Zohair, who created a logo. Let's look through the project. First off, the colors are fun. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's mostly just the logo. So let's see what we can do with the logo. Okay, so we have the background all white. That's a really good starting location. Let's see what we can do. First off, I'm thinking, I like this logo a lot, actually, because it tells a story. It's either a young woman or a young man, and they're like a king or something. And it's fun. It's really fun. I'm wondering about the necessity of the V, right? I know that's Verum, but you also have the name Verum below the logo, so then maybe we don't need it in this. Let's just try this. So let's just get rid of that V for a second, right? And we're on a mission to simplify right now. This is feeling a little bit more interesting or better. Perhaps you want to include the green. Maybe you want to keep the green. So let's see how we can include the green as well. So perhaps we could change the text color to green. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and erase the tagline. Taglines are very difficult to include in logos. I generally prefer to include the tagline like somewhere else in the branding. So like on your business card, sure, cool, somewhere else. For a website, somewhere else is cool, but I think it's difficult to include taglines in a logo itself. So the face is making use of negative space. When you have the big V around it, then it doesn't necessarily look like it's so much as a cutout because it's stopped by a shape here. If there is no shape here, then this white space of the face of the person becomes a lot cooler in terms of negative space. Right now, our yellow is not as strong as our green, and then secondly, our yellow has too much green in it, so it doesn't look as contrasty as possible. So if we take our little yellow thing here, we can add some oomph to it, a little bit make it a more stronger green, and then we can go down toward red just a little bit, just a very little bit, and then we get away from now we're further away from the green in the yellow, and we've made it a little bit stronger. But actually, maybe let's come back a little bit. Let's not be so strong, right? What if we go all the way? Actually, you know what? I might go all the way. Okay, Zohair, so these are the changes I would make to your logo, but really good start. You made a great logo. We just had to get rid of some things, work with the color, and simplify. But good job, great logo. Keep going, and thank you so much for sending it in. Next up, we have Akshay Kumar, and I believe this is kind of his personal logo. There's an A and a K for Akshay Kumar, and basically, I think this is a good start. We can just do very simple things to enhance it. So first off, what I would do is we're just going to get rid of the pencil tip here. Oh, I think I get it. Yeah. So it's supposed to be, this is like the eraser side of the pencil, and then this is the pointy side of the pencil. Okay. I understand. Good idea. But we just need the execution to be a little bit better, I guess. So what we want to do is, so my suggestion is just go away from that idea. If you have something more creative than a pencil, definitely do that. But if you don't, then just try to make your letters kind of cool and simple. So if we get rid of the ends of those, that's a good start. Now we just need to make stuff align. Okay, so that was a good start. In terms of this particular logo, if you just stick with the basic shapes, you can make a much stronger mark like this. But I would encourage you to go back to the drawing board and come up with some really innovative, creative ways that you can show yourself that don't include your initials. Because, a lot of designers use their initials. So as design champions, what we want to do is do stuff a little bit outside the box, Okay, but great start. I like this. Thank you for sending it in. I hope that helps. Okay, this last project comes from Agata Malovska, and I think it is really good. Actually, Agata, you sent me a link to a different project, but then I went to your portfolio and I saw this project, and I thought, wow, this one is really amazing. So I'm not gonna change anything about it. Maybe there's one or two feedbacks I would give, but I just want to mostly just appreciate how clever and cool this idea is. So basically, she's created 3 icons, and these represent her last name. She does 3 things really well. Number 1 is the idea of her personal branding. The second is the execution of it. Like the actual designs she did are really high quality. And then third, her presentation of this project is equally as good. So I'll show you. Basically, the space here is fantastic. The colors are really nice. She has so much open space that really you are drawn into these 3 icons right away. And then the animations are nice, they're smooth, they're timed well, they're not too fast, they're not too slow, just really cool. And then perfect white space here, simple, very simple, but she has good contrast between the heading of the section and the main text, very nice. Another light blue. Her color schemes are sticking pretty well together. All of these images are in the same realm of color scheme, and that purplish color, purple pink, goes well with the background here. Everything works. And now here is where I get to what I think is really clever. So basically she took the syllables of her last name, Milovska, and I guess, this is my understanding, is that the me means me, and then so she represents herself as a visual artist. So that's why she has an I, which is very interesting. And love is like love, I guess, which she has a heart for that. And then she says that the ska is kind of ambiguous, so she just made a square for it. That's fine. I don't think that you have the symbols you use for your own branding. I don't think they have to be that connected, but this is a very clever and creative way to come up with a cool branding idea and system for yourself. So she's put together some patterns here. Again, nice. And you see how everything is well lined up with a grid system. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. I love how she thought about the process of opening it. So when you see the back of this, you say, open me, please. And then once you open that up, you get another new element. So a couple things that we'll draw good conclusions from in here. Number one, simple. Number two, creativity of your personal mark and brand can come from many different ways. Don't always just show something. Don't always do your initials. And then number two, don't always just do something really obvious like a pen tool or things like that. Try to think outside the box a little bit. And then secondly, the spacing and colors and the typography in this are all simple, clear, and consistent. Very strong. So I like this one a lot. Thank you so much, Agata, for sending this one in. And thank you guys for watching this episode. I hope it was fun to look at some other design champions projects. And of course, if you'd like me to work on one of your projects a little bit, send it to zimridesigner@gmail.com. Okay, stay awesome, possum, and I'll see you later, alligator, in the next life. Or this one, probably tomorrow.